Okay, hi everybody. It's me, Steve and Pat. We're with Riders in the Storm. This is season 2, episode 4. And before we get too far into this particular vlog, we want you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and smash that subscribe button to help us grow, because I've noticed some of you have not been telling your family and friends about us.
Shame on you. In 2019, we sold it all and moved into a 2020 Montana fifth wheel and took our stories on the road.
So come along with us, will you, as we share our stories and our adventures on the road. And I got lots of stories, Riders in the Storm.
Yeah, Steve's full of it.
Thanks, Patty. Join us. Travel with us on the road, Riders in the Storm.
Talk about 2 things we like about Yuma and 2 things we don't like about being in Yuma. We're in Yuma, Arizona, and there's a couple things we like about being in Yuma, a couple things we don't. Go, Patty.
One of the things I like about being in Yuma is that it's beautiful blue sky almost every day. And so it's just, if you have seasonal affective disorder, then it's a great place to be, especially through the winter, because then you can have
Whatever do
blue
you mean?
sky.
Yeah, I have guys. I'm really bad because if it's cloudy and I don't see the sun, it's
The
like
grumpy bear.
I don't know. I don't know if you ever had sad, but it's pretty rough on me. I get grumpy. I don't like it. I get depressed. I know that in the winter, when the sun would start coming up, because I actually grew up in the Rocky Mountains, and the sun would come out, I could just stand in the sun all day and just let it beam all over me. Okay, so those are the 2 things you.
That's the one thing that I like about being in Yuma is the
Sunshine.
sunshine.
What do you don't?
What do I not like? The wind. It comes with wind in the winter. So the weather is good and bad. That's just the way Yuma is. So
Okay, so 2 things I like about, one thing I like about Yuma and one thing I don't like about Yuma is I like the sunshine, and the thing I don't like about Yuma is the wind. Did anybody bring that up yet?
yes. Couldn't you think of anything more original?
Nope. Okay, so wait, I got more though. So the other thing is, did I tell them they're not subscribing enough?
Yes, you already did
Okay.
that.
What I like about Yuma, on all honesty, is a couple of years ago I went down. I was up in the Rocky Mountains again, in a little town called Salt Lake City, and I went in and had one of my teeth had to come out. My wisdom, not my wisdom teeth, but one of my main ones here, and I had a molar came out, and I put in a post. And that cost me, they were really tricky. They said, oh, it's $1,000. And then when they came back and they were going to do some more, it was another $1,000. And by the time I got done and they finally got, to, okay, guys, tell me actually what I'm going to pay, it turned out to be $3,500. So when I came down here to Yuma, everybody was, in the group that we hang around and the people out at the LTVA that we camp at was saying, you got to go down to Mexico and get your dental work done. So, okay. So it was time for me to put the post in and put the little thing on top of the cap. So I went down to Yuma a couple of times, and I did
Yuma to Los Algodones.
Los Algodones. Patty's right. There's a reason why she's here. She interprets everything from what I'm trying to say into English. She's also the writer. Anyway, so I went down there and I got a root canal. I had to have a root canal when I was down there. The guy looked at it and it was too close to the other one. He said, you got to fix this one. You got to have a root canal. So I got a root canal and I got the cap put on top. I think all the rest of it that was going to be about $2,500 up in the Rocky Mountains up in Salt Lake, plus a root canal, which Lord only knows how much they are up there. I got all that done for like $700 in Mexico. It was ridiculous. Now let me tell you, they are good. They cleaned everything. I was during the start of COVID. I mean, I could get up of a chair to go sit in this chair. Somebody else wanted to get in the chair. They wiped down the whole thing with alcohol and wipes and everything. Then it was time for me to go back to the chair. Nobody even sat in the chair and they were wiping the whole chair down. I mean, they were just ridiculous with keeping it clean. They're extremely clean. They're extremely competent. That's one of the things I like living down here. The second thing I like about here is also related to Mexico. We went down and got meds. We're not going to say what they are, but they're kind of COVID related. I'm not going to tell you what they are, ivermectin.
And some of them are not COVID related.
Yeah, some of them were not COVID related. That's true. So we got meds, and I think again in the States, I probably would have paid. It's not that I would have had to pay so much because there's co-pays that'll help pay for meds. But my gosh, the hoops you got to go through to get certain ones, it's just ridiculous. They just want you to put you through all kinds of everything from blood tests. They want to swab you to see if you got COVID. They go, these guys, you walk in and say, hey, I need this, I need this, and I need this. And they go, here you go. What else? I don't know, throw in some Viagra. Okay, boom, boom, boom. What else? And you don't have to go see a doctor. You don't have to jump through any hoops. I worried about bringing it all back across the border. When we were leaving to go across the border to go into Mexico, there was a guy walking with a bag full of meds. I said, hey, they give you any hassle, going through on the way back from, back into Arizona? They didn't bother us at all. Sure enough, that's what we found. We were able to go get what we asked for, put it in a bag, pay almost nothing for it, go through almost no hassle, walk back through the border, and now we got whatever we need, and we just love it.
And we have, with my insurance, we have an HSA, so we have a little, little debit card type thing. They take your debit card. Yep.
And a machine, it's just like you're in a regular drugstore almost, anywhere in the United States. You tell them what you want, except for you don't have to have a prescription. Now, some of the stuff you will have to have prescription, some things that are controlled substances, some things are much more serious. That's different. But the stuff that we got there was no hassle. There was no prescription, whatever. They just want to know what dose you want, what you're looking for. They tell you what the price is in some cases. You can negotiate a little bit.
Sometimes you can't.
Anyway, we got a bag full of what we needed for next to nothing. Those are the reasons why we're here. We really like Yuma. We really like the LTVA. And now Penny's going to take a couple of minutes to explain about the storyboards and probably what I left out in the beginning of the crossover. When you first start reading the screenplay, these souls are going through different lives because it's really about reincarnation. You'll see her as a little girl grow up real quick, flashes. You'll see him as a little boy grow up, maybe go in the military, her go be a nurse or something. She passes away and she comes into another life, and they just keep going, but they never cross.
They never meet.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's the premise that the whole thing is built on, that there are these two souls that are meant to be with each other, that have great power when they are together.
Yeah, because they're like gods, and once they're the eternal soul that they're going to be with for all time and all eternity, and when those two come together, whatever universe or whatever future life or whatever in the America or the world, they come. When that happens, it comes with ultimate power. But it's never supposed to happen. It's almost like an accident. It happens like 1 in 3 trillion chance, and it happens. It happened twice in history. In our story.
Right, and we'll talk about those later, but basically it starts out with these two souls. And so when we kind of left you at the last episode, we had the two of them were dancing around and happy because they had met each other and they knew that they were supposed to be with each other. So our next storyboard is young Thomas, gathering up some flowers in the
'Cause he's gonna
park,
propose.
and he kneels down and proposes to Sarah.
Yeah, sweet.
And Sarah, of course, is going to say yes, and so they think that they're going to get married and all that kind of thing. And then the next thing, parents ruin everything because they show up and it's kind of like, let's go, it's time to get back in the car. We need to do it.
They don't take them seriously,
No.
even though they've frozen time, so that they can ask their mom and dad, tell them that they're getting married, but they don't take them seriously. They break them up, and they realize that they're really too young.
Yeah, that they are
So-
too young. So, unfortunately, Sarah's getting on the back of the boat and taking off, and she's sad and upset, and Thomas is back at the park kneeling down, like going, what is going on? Why?
What's happening?
What's happening? Why is she leaving me? And he looks down and he sees a necklace in the grass that says the word Lily, and he makes the assumption that that's what her name is because they never even introduced themselves. So
Yep. So they go their separate ways. Thomas gets in the back of the station wagon. His parents drag him because the parents are kind of rude to each other. They go their different directions. Thomas says he's leaving with his powers, blows out the back of the windshield of the
back-
station wagon.
the back window of the
Because he's a little upset.
yeah. So anyway, it's
Cute
that's
little
where
story.
we'll leave you at this point, and we'll pick it up like 20 years later
Okay.
in the next episode.
Yeah, so like and subscribe, tell your friends and your neighbors, not that friend, not that neighbor.
But the ones that will appreciate our work.
Yeah, so we appreciate you. We're growing. We thank you for that. We'll see you in the next vlog.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.